Now, how did that trip affect you as now the president of the A's when you think about how you want other people to feel about the ballpark? Because clearly this is, you have a special feeling about going to the games, as do I, from having gone to all 30. How do you want people to feel about it? And how did that trip affect you?
Well, I think it gives you a great appreciation that even in places like St. Louis or Montreal or Oakland, people all love baseball in their own ways. And you have that common thread. And the ballparks themselves are great ways to bring that together and create this, kind of harmony around it. So for me, the experience rekindled kind of a passion for being a fan. And now, as the president of the organization, I can remember back what it feels like to be a fan of a professional sports team, a fan of baseball. And I think all too often in sports, it's become so corporate, you kind of lose touch of that. So I think that's an important touchstone and something that is carried forward with me for, my whole career.
That's a great point, and something you bring up about A's fans. We're, I think, a group that holds on to that island of lost toy mentality. We've been touched in a lot of ways by, by maybe having a facility that some people see as lesser, but many of us consider home still in the Coliseum, things, memories are attached to. How do you lean into that? How do you make people say, even with you're working so hard at a new stadium and we're all cheering for you, and at the same time say there's still somewhere awesome to be in the Coliseum this year?
Well, I mean, if you remember when we did our baseball trip, we rated the Coliseum like 11 out of the 30. So like at that time, it was actually pretty high on the list. And so, I think the experience for especially younger people around sporting events has changed. I think it has become more corporate, but I think the experience at the Coliseum can kind of be a remembrance of the way things used to be. And it can have kind of like a connection to kind of the past experience around sports, which is actually fun in its own way. So like we can celebrate that. We can still do great things. We can renovate. We can have the treehouse. We can have Championship Plaza, Shibe Park Tavern, but also do it in the context of the Coliseum. And I think we're trying to take some of those ideas into the new building. We're thinking that, hey, this is going to be a beautiful new building at the waterfront, but it's also going to have some of the spirit and character that you have at the Coliseum.